All right, guys, I'm Eric Stevenson. I'm 51 years old, and I was inspired to start this new YouTube channel from Doe Dash. She got me off the couch, man, and it's like, hey, it's your time. You need to go ahead and do it now. I know she's been inspiring a lot of people, but I want to tell you a bit about myself as I start this new channel. I'm not new to YouTube. I've done a channel before, but listening to Doe Dash and just seeing how she's really just being her authentic self, I just think it's more important that I be my authentic self. Just get up, cut the camera on, nothing fancy, and talk to you and encourage you to start your YouTube journey as well. And maybe something about my life that I can share with you that you can glean something from. So I'm from North Carolina. I'm from Vanceboro, North Carolina, a little small town. We grew up very poor. We actually had one of those old houses with a tin roof on it, and we had an outhouse behind the house. You know, that's not something that I've even really talked about a whole lot publicly, to be honest. But, you know, I just think it's important to kind of give you a background of where I come from. And maybe you're in the same similar situation, you know, growing up in poverty, and you might feel like, you know, it's hard, you know, for you to make it out of that. But I want to encourage you today that it is possible, because me and my family, we were able to do it. And those are some of the things we'll be talking about on this channel. We'll also be talking about how I left my 9-to-5 job. I put a 2-week notice in, left a $90,000 a year job, as well as a side hustle bringing in another 20,000. So literally over 100,000. Walked away from it, 2-week notice during the pandemic, and we'll talk about that. But just growing up in that small town in the country, growing up poor, we moved to the city of Durham when I was in 4th grade. And there, you know, it's the city now. You're not in the country anymore. And we found different challenges inside the city, walking to school and being poor there. And, you know, me and my brother sharing clothes, going to the same school, you know, that's not cool at all. But we did it. And a lot of days we went to school just to eat. You know, just to eat. Think about that. Going to school just so you can have a meal, because we would look in the refrigerator at night and there wouldn't be anything in there. Or when my mom would come home from her second job, you know, we would be hoping sometimes that, you know, she would have, you know, some groceries or some food with her. Sometimes she did, sometimes she didn't. But, you know, things did progress and get better, you know, over time. And fast forward, I ended up joining the military. And we'll dig deep down into some specific stories, but I just want to kind of just give you a snapshot of who I am. I joined the military, did 20 years in the United States Navy. I'm married, been married for 19 years. I'm a girl dad, which means you only have girls. You know, if you have girls and boys, you're not a girl dad. We can argue about that at another time. But I'm a girl dad. I only have girls, a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old. And those 3 ladies are my heart, my wife, my 2 daughters. I mean, come on. I mean, life couldn't get much better. But walking away from that job, you know, put me in the entrepreneurial world. So I've been in the entrepreneurial world pretty much since 2020 August, when I put that 2-week notice in. Federal government job, really good money, you know, down the street from here. I'm right outside of Fort Bragg area. But it's been challenging. You know, it's been challenging. It hasn't been easy. You know, there are no handouts. And a lot of the people that, you know, I would say I took care of, did a lot of stuff for, you find out when your money's different, people treat you differently. You know, but one thing I do know, I trust God. And I'm just as clear as I'm talking to you right now. God told me to walk away from those 2 financial opportunities, and everything was going to be okay. And I'm still sitting in the same house. I'm on the back porch right now. We haven't lost anything. More than anything, we've actually gained. You know, we gained time. You know, time with my daughters. You know, that's something that I like about to kind of put it back to Doe Dash. Like, she's just so real. You know, and when I walked away from that corporate environment, you know, I can just be myself. You know, I can just be Eric, be the authentic me, and, you know, be transparent. You know, and I've always been that way. But, you know, when you're in a corporate setting, you know, they have rules. So you have to stay inside of those lines. But once I left that, and now I'm an entrepreneur, I have my own businesses, you know, I can tailor my business around my attitude. And I love to have fun, you know, and I'm a glass half full type of guy, because I have faith in God, and I'm always believing, you know, things can get better. You know, no matter how tough they may be, things can get better. And that's one of my goals for this channel, is to help guide you, help lead you, telling stories about my life, things that I've been through, adversity, challenges, talk about being an entrepreneur, even talk about being a YouTuber, because my other channel is monetized, and, I have two other channels actually, family channel, and then my own personal channel called E-Vapors, and it's monetized. And during the pandemic, I went back to school and got my first degree. Come on, guys, over 50? You over 50? You over 40? You're over 30. You scared to go back to school? It's too late. It is not too late to go back to school. I went back to school in my late 40s, and I got my first degree at 50 years old. Yeah, 50 years old, I got my first degree in cinematography, and I went straight into my master's program at the age of 51, and it's in digital marketing. And I've been going to Full Sail. Went to Full Sail for my bachelor's, and I'm at Full Sail University again for my master's degree in digital marketing. When I tell you I've always had anxiety in school, man, I used to be in school, man, I used to get put out of class. To be in school, being a class clown. I've always been a comedian, and just being myself, not trying to be funny, but people find what I would say to be something kind of crazy. So for me to have my first degree, it really meant something, and something that I really love, cinematography and film and making videos and commercials and documentaries, those type of things. I love those things, man. But with this new YouTube channel, I want to encourage you to get your cell phone out. I'm using my cell phone right now, and start your channel today, because I know how to get monetized. For one, I have monetized channels already on Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube. And I want to share some of those tips, tricks, and tools. But DoorDash has really given the cheat code. And that's why I'm starting this fresh, brand new channel. I didn't even try to just remake my old channel. I said, I'm going to start fresh and just see what this new way is all about, man. Just recording, uploading, keeping it 1,000, not trying to get all primmed up. And, man, this is just my jacket I had on, just sitting out here on the back porch because it's getting a little cool as the sun is beginning to set. But I want to talk about, growing your YouTube channel, family challenges, challenges of, growing older, aches and pains in your body, but more than anything, man, don't quit. I want you to keep that don't quit, I can do it attitude. And that's one thing that's got me through poverty. It got me through the military. And as a Christian, it's got me through many trials in life that I've gone through and currently go through now. My faith is as strong as it's ever been, because the trials actually, test your faith, and it strengthens your faith. And I'm always a firm believer that all the trials and things that I've been through, and my faith has become stronger and stronger and stronger, it only prepared me for the tests and trials that are going on now. Don't let pain, anguish, hurt, and things of that nature go to waste. Use them. Use them as a tool, to sharpen, your faith. And that's one thing that I really believe, that everything that I've gone through and go through now, is because my faith is even stronger. And every single time on the other side, God has really shown me exactly why I went through those things. And, hey, you made it through. And now here's the blessing on the other side. Every single time, I promise you. Every single time. And just to kind of bring it back to DoorDash and her authenticity, I was watching one of her videos where she was putting face cream on, she was doing her hair and everything. And man, I remember back in the day when I was, doing my old YouTube channel, I never would have done anything like that. I would have been like, oh my God, I need to make sure everything is perfect. Man, I didn't line my beard up, I didn't do anything. And one thing about me, I'm not gonna color my beard. This is just me. Hey, I got gray in my beard. My face isn't perfect. I got little lines in my wrinkles. I'm bald head like LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Hey, this is me. But I'm happy. My wife loves me. I love her. My kids love me. My family and friends fool with me. And the ones that don't fool with me, hey, shame on you, man. You missing out. But I want to encourage you, man, to start your YouTube channel. Start it, for real. Start that YouTube channel right now. Start it. Start that podcast right now, and be consistent. Be consistent. I don't care if it's a 2-minute video. Share some updates, life lessons, thoughts. You know, you're sitting in your car. You know, get one of those mounts on your dash if you don't feel like holding your camera. Put it on the dash and just talk for a minute. Maybe even record while you're driving. Just pay attention to the road now. Pay attention to the road, okay? But just record while you're driving or on your lunch break in your car. But you have to start, and I'm encouraging you to be consistent with that. And I'm rooting for you. Let me go ahead and say that. I'm rooting for you right now. I know that you're gonna make it. We've seen DoDash make it from where her channel was at. If you kind of scroll back, you can see where it was at, to 30, 40,000 almost overnight. But it didn't happen doing one video every 6 months. She's putting out multiple videos a day a lot of times. And I really believe with consistency, we're gonna do two things. We're gonna focus on telling our story and helping other people. And a side byproduct of it is going to be monetization. Okay? But the consistency is one thing that's going to get you to monetization by you consistently uploading videos right here on YouTube, man. And that's going to get you to that monetization. So don't put the monetization first, like monetize. Keep it real. Be yourself. Tell your authentic story, man. For real, man. And you know, this channel is Forever Young 50, man. We forever young. You know, whether you're over 40, over 50, forever young, because it's in your heart and it's in your mind. Okay, and we don't have to, you know, change our appearances trying to keep up with people that are half our age. That's ridiculous. We should be helping, mentoring, guiding those type of people. You know, giving them tough love. You know, keeping it 1,000 with them, not telling them what they want to hear, but giving them that tough love, just being straight up. You know, and these days, a lot of folk, you know, don't want to listen, but man, it feels good when I'm able to meet those young people in their 20s and 30s, you know, that do listen. I have some people right now that's connected to me, you know, and I'm their mentor. And it's a blessing to be able to mentor them. And every conversation isn't, oh man, you're doing great. Sometimes the conversation is, that's not a good idea. You're messing up. Nah, you wrong for that. You shouldn't have said that. Nah, that's not good, man. Nah, you need to start over. Nah, you need to apologize for that. Yeah, you need to call them up and apologize. Because you know what happens at the end of the day with that type of tough love and keeping it real mentoring? They're going to be better men and they're going to be better women for it. Because I had that. You know, I had that, you know, when I was in the military, man. Just random cats would be like, yo, come here, man. Let me talk to you. Hey, you messing up. At this rate, you're going to be put out of the Navy. You know, because you're young and dumb. You think you know everything. Guess what? They was right. But guess what? They were right, too. I did my 20 years and was able to retire, man. But again, I'm Eric, right here in North Carolina, 51 years old, retired military, girl dad, husband of 19 years, entrepreneur, a lot of other things that I got going on. I'll tell you about them. But we're just going to be consistent, and I want you guys to hold me to it, okay? And drop in the comments what you want to hear, what you want to hear me talk about, man. Again, I got a lot of life experience, whether it's through 19 years of marriage, being a father, being a husband. I didn't grow up with a dad in my home. You know, actually the first time I went to my dad's house, I was 21 years old, and I was in the military. And I'll talk about that on another video, you know, because maybe you don't have a father, or never had a father, or maybe you don't even have parents, or never had parents. Maybe something I say might could inspire you, man. But thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, man. We'll see you next time.